It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out, it's trash day. Putting you out of my mind. It's trash day, I'm putting you out, it's trash day. I'm putting you out, trash day, I'm putting you out of my mind. Now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up, now I'm gonna clean up the house. I'm taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage, taking all your garbage.
It starts with some beer, so you shouldn't have fear. Two garbage guys with facts, but they both still have tact. It's that time at last for the best damn podcast. It's Can Crusher Day.
Oh, it's that time. It's time for Can Crusher Spotlight. I'm your host, Mark Martinez. And guys, let me first off by saying, holy cow. You guys blew up the email saying that you loved the idea that ran through my head on Sunday about reaching out to fans and having you guys come on. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So we'll be reaching out to some of you. Hopefully we can set up these times and days and stuff just to talk about wrestling with everybody that emailed. That was awesome. That was awesome. Today, we have not really a spotlight because we have spotlighted this guy and he's been on our show several times, but it's now time again for Asylum Pro Wrestling in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. So, of course, that means it's time for the Crazii one to come onto the show, do a little promotion, shock me with what is actually going to go on. And, of course, spoiler again, I will be the ring announcer for the show. Second time in the ring doing this. I'm pretty pumped about it. Once again, some more Can Crusher Nation will be there. But the main part of why I am stepping back into the ring to be the ring announcer for this show is because it's a benefit, and it's a benefit to a family here in Ridgeway, Pennsylvania that I have known for years. It's going to help these guys out with medical bills and trips back and forth to Pittsburgh for Liliana, their newborn baby girl. Of course, you guys know, you've listened to the segment with Cyril a couple weeks back. Shea talks about it all the time on Facebook. I'm sure he's going to bring it up during this interview that this is a benefit show. It's a benefit for the Yorns. It's called Asylum and Code Red Wrestling present A Christmas for One of Our Own. Benefit for the Yorns family. So this is a big part of why I'm stepping back into the ring to do the ring announcing, because it's for the Yorns family. So right around the corner, as we always know, we have no freaking clue what Crazy Shea is going to bring up, but we are going to give him his time to promote the next coming show, talk about what's going on in the future, and who knows, if he's at his wrestling school, who could just pop up at any time. But of course, that always happens after you hear from Al Snow in Collar and Elbow, our great sponsor. Guys, hats, hoodies, tees, all great wrestling merch available at collarandelbow.com. They're always having sales. They really are. There's 30% off. There's this percent off. It's Christmas time, and Al likes taking care of his wrestling fans. So on top of those sales, if you type in a promo code, say Can Crushers, capital C in Can, capital C in Crushers, you'll get an additional 10% off as well. So no matter what your order is, boom, they're giving you money off the top. Boom, we're giving you an extra 10% off, and it helps kick back to help out our podcast. Guys, we'll be reaching out to some of you here in the near future to do what we talked about Sunday, but right around the corner, the crazy one himself, Crazy Shea.
Wrestling, a love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand, the wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
And welcome back to Can Crushers. One of my favorite weeks of the year, of every couple months, or however the hell you want to try it. It is time to talk to the crazy one himself, Crazy Shea. Shea, welcome back on Can Crushers. How the hell are you?
Man, I'm doing good, going insane as ever. It's show week, so the madness has ensued, and it's always, there's a ton of extra pressure during show week. It's always fun. It's always fun, but after it's done, it's so much worth it. Every time so far, I don't think this time will be any different.
Yeah, we said this off air. This is the only reason why I call you on show week, because I like all the glitz, the glamour, the pomp and circumstance, and you going absolutely batshit crazy. That's the best time to talk to you.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. You always catch me in the middle of like the most insane stuff. So it's been a fun ride so far. Already interesting. We have a really good lineup. As everybody knows, it's for baby Yorns. We're trying to raise some money for a baby and a family because, well, going to Pittsburgh and surgeries, that's rough on a family. This time of year, let's give them a Christmas. Let's help them out a little bit. Help them out. Maybe they'll be able to pay their bills and maybe able to give little Leon a Christmas she will never forget.
Yeah, I had Cyril on a few weeks back to talk about what it meant, what you guys are doing for them, and then we linked the GoFundMe page to them, which is still active, and then we threw out that we're going to have a basket of wrestling stuff that we're going to be raffling off, and, all that money is going right towards them. This is a Christmas for one of our own, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They've been in our first row since almost our first show. Little Zane loves us. That's our little son. He absolutely loves me and Fleck. And when we heard what happened, I immediately called Fleck, and I was like, hey, we got to do something. He was like, no doubt. What can we do? And, the first thing we both thought of was, let's put on a benefit. And he named it immediately, and it started growing from there. All of our talents coming in, sans pay and helping out the family, every one of them from heavyweight on down, everybody said, yeah, we'll pitch in on that. And, for the whole card to come together like that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that does mean a lot. And before either one of us get hell, it is a Asylum Pro Wrestling and Code Red Wrestling joint project once again, correct?
Yes. This is the last one of the year that we have planned, and depending upon how it goes, it could be the last one for a while. There's some things in store that are really big for Asylum for Wrestling. The other half of the owner put in for his promoter license, so hopefully by January it'll be Asylum for Wrestling presents. We can't thank Code Red enough for everything that they've done for us and helping us out so that we can run. And you'll still see most of them and most of their guys in the show. We're loyal to a fault. That'll never change. We cannot thank them enough for helping a brother out. And really, they without them, we wouldn't be here. We'd be stopped dead in the water. And Flex said, I can't let that happen. We've got a good thing going here. How can I help? So, again, huge shout out to Phil Fleck and Code Red. He is truly a brother, and I can't thank him enough.
Yeah, I'll break that fourth wall a little bit between you guys. I I know Fleck has personally reached out to the Orange family to do a little bit more on his own or this, that, or the other, as well you did too. You know, the wrestling card's going to take care of something. You know, Fleck wants to do something. Crazii Shea wants to do something. Just because they came to a wrestling show a year and a half ago, and Little Zane loves you, you became family. So this is not another one of those wrestling brings memories and families together.
Yeah, dude, that's the whole thing, man. You try to mean something in this world. Try to make, try to leave a positive impact. Try to leave a memory that lasts forever. That's what wrestling is. And if you use it as a tool to do that, you can create so many memories, man.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be a spot in the ring or a chair shot or anything like that. It's touching, Little Zane's heart right now. If you win Zane, which you guys have, you get Mom and Dad. So you guys have really done something special for the Orange family already.
Yeah, man, and this is going to be one of our biggest shows. There's no doubt about it. The support that we've had, I can't thank, and all the groups that I'm a part of on Facebook. I haven't had one group turn me down and say no, you can't put your flyer up on our group. So far, I think our Facebook is at like 18,000 post reach, and it's growing. We still have 5 days. It'll probably be to about 19,000. So there's a lot of people that know about it. Front row seats are almost sold out. So, I mean, there's some real good positives coming out of this. And I really do think we're going to be able to help out a lot.
Yeah, I believe so, too. So let's talk about this card real quick because we have two other kind of surprises because normally we talk to you about anything and everything. But I'm excited about what's after the card, and then I'm really excited to find out at the end of the show what we're going to talk about. So let's squeeze the card in right now. What can you tell us about this?
Well, first of all, the show's going to be brought to you by Scotto's Pizzeria, Silent Frontwear, GNR Excavation and Demolition, Can Crushers, Total Body Auto, and the Total Body Auto Body Podcast. You guys, everybody that has helped us out greatly. You guys, I mean, come on, you're announcing the show.
Wow.
You can't get more of a sponsor than, the man himself announcing the show.
Well, I wasn't going to say that until the end and then just blow the roof off of everything. But if you want to take it right now.
Dude, we're kicking the doors right off this bitch.
Bam! Right, I am announcing.
I hope you got your wood screws on because we just blew your doors clean off. That's right. Little surprise there. Dude, you've done so much for us, and it just makes sense. And you seemed like you were absolutely glowing out there at the last show. And it was kind of funny watching you just kind of, the first 10 minutes, you were not ready for what was about to happen. And then throughout the night, you just seemed to mold perfectly into where you belong. You didn't miss a beat. It was a good time, man. And you knocked it out of the park. For your first time, we threw you to the wolves, and you came out like Rambo slaying it.
No shit. Let's talk about that. You literally threw me to the wolves. This is where I'll have to say thanks to Fleck backstage helping me because I had no freaking idea what I was doing. I was there, and it got, stuff off my mind, and I was going, but you're right. About halfway through, after I did a line after I just kind of settled down, I got into it. So this Saturday, I hope, I start off just as good as I ended a couple months ago.
Just started off just like this interview. Kick them straight off in the face and just keep plowing.
Right.
We're going to have a lot of fun, man.
Good. So let's talk about some matches. You want to talk about any? I mean, this is going out a couple days before.
I almost want to talk about all of them, but there's some surprises still that I won't talk about. Guaranteed we have the only thing I'll say about one of the matches is there's a surprise from our past coming back. It's pretty cool. So for CRW, there's going to be a four-way. Now, it was scheduled Chris Marks versus Switchblade versus J. Rue versus Shadow. However, Shadow is out with a knee injury. So I'm not sure what CRW plans to do to slot somebody in there, but I know it'll be exciting. And I'm pretty interesting. I'm interested to see who actually slides in there. For our side, no, let's talk about another CRW match. Let's talk about the CRW title. Let's talk about this because Trevor Gage has been kicking ass lately. Now, he's an Asylum Pro guy as well, but since he's had the title, it's priorities. You got to defend your title, and I'm all about it. So he's got a title defense, and all I'm going to say is it's probably one of his biggest opponents he's ever faced. He definitely has his hands full. I can't wait to see how this turns out, see if he holds on to it or if he gets a living shit kicked out of him.
To rewind a second, I'm really bummed that Shadow's not going to be there. We had a little bit of a click, last time the event was there, and we were going to schedule something with him here in the near future. But we'll reach out to him. But we really wanted to talk about one of his matches again because Shadow is one of the best independent workers out there. I'm throwing that out. We completely love everything that he does. He needs to get a look at. He is a hell of a worker, and he does a hell of a lot for this business.
He needs to go gadget on recovery and hurry the hell up because I know Asylum, we've been watching him for a while, and we'd love to have him after the merger ends. We would love to have him.
And as for Trevor Gage, you're right. He has just been setting people up and knocking them down. You are right. He was on your very first card. He was your very first match of the prelims. Trevor Gage.
How funny is it? A year and a half later, he holds a heavyweight title. Asylum must know how to pick him. That's what I think. I mean, come on, that was a starting match. Now he's holding heavyweight titles.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure whoever the booker is, that guy's got an eye for this.
Sure. He might have an eye, or somebody else might have an eye as well. But just saying.
So I got to talk about something because I'm really proud of another one. Definitely a student of mine. He's graduated and he's starting to make a name for himself, Gigantor. He did really good against the heavyweight champ last show. He impressed us so well that we want a rematch. We want to watch that again. And I really do think that with the different circumstances and him being a little smarter and actually having, gone against Malloy once, I think he might actually have an honest shot.
And he's somebody you've seen grow as well. You said he just graduated from the school and everything, which we'll talk about later on. But he has grown tremendously. Knowledge in the ring, move sets. He has just become a stud for Asylum, more or less.
Yes, he is definitely upholding the name well, man. He is kicking ass and taking names. He moves like a mountain goat or a gazelle. I mean, the man, for as big as he is very nimble. And during training, there'd be times where he'd go, okay, well, that's not for you. And he would get so upset, and he'd be like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm like, Gigantor, man, your size shouldn't be able to, never mind. All right, good job. Next, let's move on. He was one of those guys that was definitely making me eat my words. And I loved every second of it. It was fun training him. It really was.
So he made you look like a jackass every once in a while because you didn't think a big guy.
Now, at the same time, I can't tell you how many times he landed on his head trying. So as I might be a jackass, he definitely had some bumps off of his bump card on some things that he couldn't do. I'll say it was about 75-25. He was right about 25% of the time, and he definitely showed me up. But most of the 75%, when I called it, it ended in a horrific maiming of some sort. It was definitely a learning lesson.
But Razor Ramon said it best. It's not how many times you fall down. It's how many times you climb that ladder and get back up.
Definitely. He always did. That's one thing I'll give him. All right, so something else I want to talk about. That's for the APW heavyweight title. Malloy's the current champ with Marvelous Enterprises.
Can we do something? Wait a minute. Can we do something about that? Can we please, for the love of God, get this guy not to be around me Saturday night?
I would like nothing for more than Gigantor to bring home that title to Asylum. You don't understand. That would make me sleep a little better at night. But, you know, it is what it is, and we won't quit fighting. We'll figure it out. Eventually, someone's either going to be lucky or good, because that's the only way you win.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, let's be honest. Someone eventually is going to be lucky or good. It's got to happen. And the odds are against him. He's going to lose it sooner or later.
That is correct.
So, you know, Wes Fletcher's my boy, and we do a lot together to help people out. As I said, this is our last show. And there's kind of a reason because of it. If you were at the last show, him and Dirtbag kind of shared a moment. You could have played, like, the ghost music in the middle of the ring while Dirtbag laid down. They shared a moment, locked eyes. I thought they were going to start dancing. Dirtbag hits the ground, and Fleck covered him. I'm loyal to a fault. Maybe that's my fault. I'm loyal, but there's some things you don't do. So, main event, something that's never happened before. Me and Fleck, Code Red versus Asylum. One-on-one, we're gonna take care of some stuff. Fix some issues that happened last show, and there ain't nobody that can jump in on it. I can't really let what happened stand. That's just not in me. I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it at all the way it went down. And a lot of people weren't feeling the way it went down.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pay. Somebody's got to pay for it. It's like somebody has to. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't gonna be my ass. If someone's got to be a sacrificial goat, I'm telling you right now, I am not it.
Yeah, the way the last show ended did leave a bad taste, I'll tell you, in a lot of people's mouth. It's the old Hulk Hogan.
Marvelous Enterprises seems to have that mastered, leaving a bad taste in people's mouth.
Yeah, it's the old Hulk Hogan, Kevin Nash thing. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now. Clearly, Jeff Jarrett as well. It just does something in the wrestling business that I don't agree with. So I'm glad you guys are going to iron things out and fisticuffs and see who the hell comes out of this ring knowing who's the better fighter.
Yeah, it definitely leaves. It has to happen. It's the only way things can go. I really wanted Dirtbag Dan. He said that he can't make it. That's what Marvelous Matt Bish said, that, you know, he will not be there that night. I wouldn't put it past him to come running out. I ain't letting my guard down. I'm crazy, not stupid. There's a fine line. You know, I know what the odds are. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past him. It's Dirtbag Dan. He is a dirtbag. Look at the way the finish went. Dirtbag.
Dirtbag. It's in his name, for the love of God, right?
Yeah, Dirtbag. How could I expect anything less? And I should have seen what Marvelous was doing, you know, when they said, oh, we have to have two members in the squad for Asylum versus... I should have seen it. I just, again, loyalty to a fault. Oh, you know, you're Asylum to the core, yada, yada. Yeah. My loyalty always seems to bite me in my ass.
Right in the ass. Hey, can you tell us maybe one more match with a crazy stipulation? Is there anything like that on this card this time? Because you want the Asylum.
You know what? This time, I think we're all just going to go out there and we're going to wrestle, man. As always at Asylum, those things, you know, our refs let more go in a lot of places. I think this one's just going to be straight out. I think a lot of things need to be answered, and I think, you know, this is the way to answer. You don't need gimmick matches. Some of them in themselves have what it needs to be a gimmick match without it even being. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So this one's enough that, we don't need to break out things that are. There's going to be ass whoopings. I guarantee it. And that's what people seem to want is blood and destruction and beating people with arms. All right, cool.
So this one just rolled through my head that this could be a turning point in Asylum altogether, ending a lot of, air quotes, storylines, a lot of everything. This is the end-all tell-all of some shit, right?
It could be. It very well could be. Asylum does things different, I will say that. Whereas
Slightly.
Where it could be the end, it could also be the beginning. There's a lot that goes on at Asylum if you've never been at a show. This next show will be not our biggest show in just draw-wise, too, but production. We have invested a lot for this show. There are some things that you haven't seen before that will be running at this show. Our lights got a little better. We may or may not have something really awesome to show you at the start of the show. We have some plans, and if everything comes through, and not everything always comes through, but even if it doesn't come through in the next coming months, I can guarantee you a huge upgrade to the set of Asylum that will continue to give for years to come.
And finally, about this show, really not about this show at all. I'm just kind of transitioning.
Well, I'm gonna give you one more match. I've got one more match.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Well, you guys have said you guys want the Lunatic. So she's put an open challenge out to any of the boys in the back. Because all the Asylum bitches are apparently afraid of her. We've got quite a few, and none of them stepped to the plate. None of them hit me up. So she's fine. She's fine fighting, man. She wants to fight. So, boys, whoever's out there listening, she wants one of y'all. Doesn't care who it is. Y'all want to fight. She wants to give it to y'all. So the Lunatic will be in action, but she'll know who her opponent is because ain't nobody signed on the damn dotted line yet. I think with the record, people are afraid. Nobody wants that smoke.
You're right. I was just going to bring that up. How do you want to go into somebody's just been kicking ass and taking names in Asylum from the get?
Dude, she's one of the untouchables right now, it seems. Like, she has been, and, she put an open challenge out. Hey, I ain't heard nothing. I've done called everybody. I've spoken to agents. Nobody wants none. Some people won't even return my phone call. I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to be on that list. They don't want to be another body,
If she doesn't get an opponent by Saturday, can I volunteer somebody out of the crowd?
If she does not get an opponent by Saturday, I will appoint somebody. And I like to watch my girl fight, too, so it would definitely be interesting. But I got a feeling somebody will step up in the Asylum locker room. Maybe it don't even have to be in the Asylum locker room. I'm open to bringing in somebody else. If none of the Asylum locker room will step up, maybe somebody else will.
Oh, teaser, and I don't even know this one. So what? No, we'll leave it for Saturday because I was going to say, hey, if nobody signs up or if you can't think of anybody to appoint, I would volunteer your liaison, Michael Swanson. I'm just saying.
Oh, he'd die a happy man.
He would die, yes. Yes, he would die a happy man. And we'll leave it at that. All right, before we get to talk to, spoiler alert, we're going to get to talk to the Lunatic here on this show, and I'm really excited about it. You've been leaking some things about a show in August that we don't know about, that we know about, that you said shit's going to hit the fan. What more can you say about this? Because this is a big show. What kind of show? It's an anniversary type of show, right?
Yeah, it's our anniversary. It'll be our second year. and we wanted to do something different. We want to have a little bit of fun. And we want to show people that, we're trying to make wrestling in Clearfield a big thing. Not a lot of big names get brought into Clearfield. Let's be honest. It's kind of a boring town. I love it for what it is, but the entertainment factor could definitely be higher. So, the owners have all talked, and I shot my shot, and I pitched a WWE Hall of Famer. And surprisingly, all the owners said yes. The deposit has been paid, and we will see a WWE Hall of Famer in a silent pro wrestling ring in some way, shape, or form, August 22nd. I already know, but I'm not telling you. Oh, no. I'm not. I can't. I can't do it. I will tell you this. You will hear from him before August 22nd. Way before.
That's before?
All I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
All I'm saying.
I am thoroughly intrigued. I want to know who it is because I know so many people are running through my mind now. WWE Hall of Famer, possibly in the ring. I don't know what you're doing. And I know you know because you're the one that made the call, you dumbass. I understand that, but just to leave us leaking like that, man. I hope it's this show that we find out. But if not, I hope it's January. If it's not, I hope it's February. If not, I hope it's real damn soon. Because
we just released our schedule up until April. We do plan to run shows after April. We just haven't nailed our dates down, and we wanted to make sure that you guys had and everybody else had our dates way ahead of time. So we released them until April, and we know our August show will be August 22nd. But and also, see now I have to kind of tickets will be in sale for January at this next show. And if you come to this show, you're going to automatically know why you have to buy tickets for the next show. It's the first in Asylum. In January, we plan to come in the new year with a bang. It's going to be. We plan to do it right, and I guarantee you want to talk to me after this, right after the show, because what we announce is it's going to have you guys talking, and you're going to wonder what all it entails.
So you're telling me to bring my voice recorder Saturday so you can get another plug on Sunday's show?
Oh, I guarantee you're going to want to, because you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to be the first person that's like, hey, look what I got.
Well, I would be.
It's one of those deals.
I would be pissed if I wasn't the first person, Crazii Shea, to get to what I got from everything we have in our past.
It is going to be January. We are ringing in the new year. If you have not been to an Asylum show, in January we do what we call balloon drop. And, we have a little bit of fun with the crowd, and we drop, 300 balloons from the ceiling. And, it's Christmas time, and, we like to give a lot. If you were at the last show, we gave a lot away. Almost every family walked out with something. It was really cool. I know you were there. It was insanity.
It was insanity. The balloons, I didn't think that building could hold as many balloons. It was unfreaking believable. And the coolest part of it was watching you guys clean up the balloons as I left. But all the kids' faces.
Have fun. We don't mind.
All the kids' faces that got this, that, or whatever.
What I just heard is you volunteered for the next show. That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Son of a bitch. Oh, open mouth, insert foot.
No, but seriously, we don't mind. as long as everybody leaves talking and having a good time, that's what we care about. We like to bill ourselves as an interactive wrestling show. We try to be more hands-on. We try to, not be so far away. We try to be accessible. That's a big thing.
Yeah, and you guys really are accessible. You really, again, fourth wall, I can call you the drop of a hat, and you could be up at my house to help me, shingle my roof or do something. I know you guys are here because you love the community that you are in.
Yeah, man, it's a big family. That's what the wrestling community is. We all like to band together, and in times of need, we like to come help each other out, and that's the benefit. And thank you for helping us out, getting word out. And hey, a lunatic just walked in, and we're almost at the end of what we're doing. I can come back after you talk to her because I still have like 5 minutes. I want to pick your brain about something.
I'm sure you have more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes turns into 55 with you. But yes, let's...
You know what it says? He knows me. Okay, hold on. I'm going to leave you here. Get back. Come get it.
Hey!
Aurora, the lunatic, how are you doing?
Crazy as normal. Running around, screaming maybe a little bit.
Getting the dogs all excited in the background. Hey, let's do a little bit of a spotlight with you because many people don't know everything about the lunatic, and you've been quiet up until this point. So, what got you into wrestling? And do not say Crazy Shea, or I'll jump through this computer and punch you in the face. What made you like wrestling as a child?
My grandma Gardner, actually, we used to make excuses to stay at her house to watch wrestling, so I would be like, I have to stay at Gram's house, and we could stay up late and watch it with her, and I was into it a lot as a kid, and I got out of it for a while there, got into doing some criminal justice, stuff like that. Ended up patrolling and met Crazy Shea in the back of a squad car one day. Sort of went off from there. When they say opposites attract, they really, really mean it.
I believe that wholeheartedly. Trust me. I believe that wholeheartedly, and my wife will tell you the same damn thing. Opposites attract 100%. So, what gave you, besides having Crazy Shea in the back of your patrol car, what gave you the push to get into, the wrestling business? Is it just because of the love that he had that then were sent it over to you?
It spilled over a bit, and then as I got into managing him, the bug bit me back again, and I just went head first in and have loved every minute of it.
Recently, you fought an AEW superstar in the form of Nyla Rose, and I'll tell you, Nyla's a beast. They continue to say that over and over and over again, but you held your own that night. And how was that being in the ring with Nyla? Because she is just a superstar.
I have known Nyla for a long time. My first match was actually against Nyla Rose way back in, I want to say 2015, 2016. So there's a long time there in between then and now. And the last match with her was a different, I felt a lot more prepared than my first match, and I not prepared enough for her. Let me tell you, she is cool. She's a big lady.
Yeah.
She's powerful. She threw me around like a little rag doll.
So you have an open challenge for this coming Saturday. Is there anybody that, besides Matt Bish, because we would all like to get our hands on Matt Bish and hit him with a cane, a 2x4, a scaffolding, a car, a train, anything you can name we'd like to hit him with. But is there somebody you'd really like to go, fisticuffs from that locker room?
I'd take any of Marvelous on. Doesn't have to be Bish. I mean, hey, he's a little soft for me. I prefer a little more manly man. You know, give me their best. I'll take any of Marcos. I'll take any of them. I want to fight. I want something that can give me a challenge.
You do want to fight. Let's fast forward now. Dream match in 10 years, whatever. Who's somebody that from your past, probably one of your idols growing up, who would you like to fight before your career is over, and what kind of stipulation would it be in?
Most of them are gone. Most of them either, Lita with her neck. I mean, she's not what she used to be. Most of the divas I watched growing up aren't in it anymore or aren't around anymore. So I'm hoping to find me one that's going to be up to par.
It's going to be up to par. And it can be from any federation, any organization. You are always welcoming them to Asylum to pretty much beat their ass, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get one-on-one with Nyla again sometime in the future. Give me a little bit more time to prepare. But anyone, I mean, I'll take them all on. When everyone comes out, let's go.
Nice. All right, Allura, I hear Crazy Shea coming already, so I'm sure he wants to talk once again.
Hey, so I didn't have to put on my helmet. That wasn't a train wreck. That was her official. You're the first person to talk to her.
I know.
And it wasn't. You know what? She doesn't do that bad. I mean, there's a lot to work on, but you know what? I think we need to do that a little more often.
I agree. I completely agree.
If you could have seen her face, though, as I passed the phone, it was amazing. I wish we could have captured that and just it would have lasted forever.
There's something called a camera that you could have captured it with. You realize that, right?
Look, you are on the phone and you are in the window. Welcome to Clearfield, sir. There is no secondary option. There is no secondary option here.
This is so true. This podcast has become a train wreck because we are just calling Clearfield a shithole all of a sudden. But that's okay because I know where you're at.
It just service. It just doesn't happen here. And once you come to understand that, there's a certain piece to it. There's a certain piece to it. There's a certain aggravation to it, but there's a certain piece to it too.
I agree. I like, Ridgeway has the same type of ordeal that sometimes if you don't stand on your head outside your window, you're not getting service, which is great because it works then for work calling you. You're like, I didn't get service. I didn't have service because the wind blew the wrong way. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it can be great. It can be great. It can also be, promoting can be very hard. But it's hard when you don't have service to, promote via internet. It gets to be a pain.
This is where you need to have you have to go to a truck stop and have a laptop and just sit and drink coffee and eat donuts all day and promote from a truck stop near Interstate 80.
You just said my life story. Aw, you just said my life story. That's exactly how we do it, man.
I know. I know. I'm telling you. All right. Before this gets derailed way too much, your wrestling school. We've talked about it before. We've promoted it, but there has been so many changes and so much being built that you just have to recap everybody about what's going on.
Yeah, we are almost to that point. As of next week, we'll be not training outside anymore and actually be in a place where we can train. Anybody that wants to train can see me at the show. So for our Max and Uggy, they've had, just this in the last 3 months. Now, mind you, they've only been training for 4 months. So in the last 4 months, they've been at 1CW. They've been at All or Nothing. They've been at Eclipse. They've had probably seven matches in the last 4 months, and they just started. I really try to get my students out there and get them as much experience as possible. And we started training outside. God, it set the ring up, and we train in the open. It didn't matter. We've come a long way from there. So it's definitely a lot drier, a lot warmer. I've put out about 15 students so far that are still currently going. Some are featured at the Kings and Queens of Indie Wrestling for Wrestler of the Year this year. I invite everybody, if you have a dream, hit me up on Facebook, Eric Shea. You got the dream, I've got the skills to teach it, man. It's not an issue. It's a matter of desire. I'll tell you right now, if you come in a buddy system, look at your buddy and realize that they probably won't make it because it's not their dream too. You've got to have a desire more than anybody else if you're going to make it. We have, in pro wrestling in itself, it's got a very high attrition rate. It's hard. It's ruthless, but I make it interesting and fun. The guys that have been with me, they've definitely had a good time. Aurora started with me, finished with me. Gigantor, Connor, he trained as a ref under me. So all these names that I'm throwing out, you can watch at Asylum. And as I said, if you have the dream and the drive, I've got the knowledge. I'd love to teach y'all. Come on out and hit me up.
He is not lying, guys. Once he started getting things set back up back at home, they were training outside. Ring was set up outside, nice tarp over top of it in case it rained. And for the love of God, they had recently moved into their building because otherwise he still would have had them outside. We're in Clearville, Pennsylvania.
When I say it's rough, one of my students, Uggy the Caveman, and then Max Strong, they were working out, and Max said, "What are we going to do when it gets real cold?" So I smiled and said, "Way layers, bitch." And that was before the building. So I mean, you do what you got to do. It's a lot of sacrifice. You can see my trainees out every weekend, pretty much handing out flyers. They're dedicated. They put in. They are Asylum's workhorses. They really are. There's so much that gets done that is because of them. If it weren't for them, Asylum definitely wouldn't be where it is. They are a big driving force.
And if it wasn't for all your fans that follow you on Facebook and everything, you wouldn't be where you are. Talk about the voting right now, because that's something that's going to throw on you if you want to talk about it or not, because the voting for Crazii Shea, Marvelous, Aurora, the list can go on and on. For being a year and a half, in, you guys have a lot of praise out there that you just don't understand, that the wrestling community loves you.
Yes. Well, I mean, we put a lot of extra in, and it is, you put a lot in, it gives you a lot back. That's how almost anything is, and wrestling is no exception. If you go on Kings and Queens of Indie Wrestling until the 14th, the first round of the polls are up. Laura made it, her first year wrestling, her first year heavy wrestling. Connor Barth made it, his first year of reffing. Let's see, there's, Uggy the Caveman, Rising Stars, he made it his first year. And toss these guys a vote. They've busted their ass to get there. Uggy, he has, if you just, from the first performance to the second performance, was like night and day.
Oh my God, yeah.
He has completely embraced who he is, and I could tell you this, it's only going to get better, and it's pretty amazing now. A lot of these guys that I'm training, they have a bright future. I don't like to blow smoke up anybody's ass. If you got it, I'll tell you. If you don't, I'm fair. I'm honest. I'm brutally honest, but I'm fair. You give me a try, I can give you something to work with. I've always had a great mind for, figuring out a twist or a spin or how can we make this work for us. In most cases, I haven't, well, in all cases so far, I haven't let any of my students down, and I don't plan to. This is, when I'm done and gone, this will be my legacy. These guys that stay, the guys that I train, that's how my name will live on. So I want to do the best that I can with the best that I've got. So.
I want to ask you, is Connor the referee against Stevie Wonder in Three Blind Mice? Because there's no way in hell he should be on there as the best referee. Not happening.
Oh, come on. Hey, you guys love to hate him, don't you?
I love the son of a bitch. He is a great kid. Outbreak character. He is a great kid. He does his damnedest in the ring. But you're right. If he sneezes the wrong way at a show, we're going to let you know.
Yes. Oh, yes. You got to. You got to. Let your own ways and get better. And at this next show, you got to remember it's Asylum. We are trying to offend you. We are trying to entertain you. We are trying to push limits. And, we're trying to make you think a little bit. We're trying to be outside the box. We don't want to be normal. That's not Asylum.
Well, Connor offends us just by walking in the room.
Doesn't he? Every time he goes through the ring. That's our Iron Man now. We're stuck with him.
I know. I know.
We are stuck with him. That is our senior referee. Have fun with that. Our senior referee is 12. Or he looks like he's 12.
Yeah, don't be saying that. My God. He's 13 and a half.
I know, right?
All right, what else do you have for us? You said you're going to blow my mind.
Just a recap. December 14th at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. Come see Asylum Pro Wrestling as we put on a Christmas fair and a benefit to the Jordan's family. We've got at least 7 matches planned, 2 title shots guaranteed, and a partridge in a pear tree. Look at that. See?
Oh, Jesus.
That's a good thing.
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
You cannot sing at all. Don't do that again.
You don't ever, come on, really? You don't want to be caroling outside your house?
That light would be turned off real quick. Real quick.
I wonder why they throw rocks from afar. Now I know.
Right, exactly.
I love you, brother. Thank you for what you do, and I cannot wait to see you on the 14th. Bring your best and bring your voice. Don't no karaoke the night before, none of that. You simmer down and save it for the show, because I guarantee you it is going to be a lot of fun.
I won't be talking from now until then.
Smart man. We'll see you on the 14th. Thank you for all you do. Can Crushers, we love you. And as always, stay crazy.
Would you expect anything other than that? Crazy Shea just being crazy and pretty much opening the books to Can Crusher Nation, telling us what's going on. And I'm very intrigued. Maybe I can keep pushing the buttons and find out a little bit early who this WWE Hall of Famer is going to be coming to his August show, which is the 2nd anniversary show. I'm pumped. I really want to know who this is. I really do. I have to keep pushing, and maybe, just maybe, Shea will tell me backstage this coming Saturday in Clearfield, Pennsylvania. How about Alora stepping up? That's pretty awesome. You get to hear from her for the first time, first ever interview. And the school, no doubt Crazy Shea would have them outside right now in negative 18 degree weather in and around Clearfield, Pennsylvania. You gotta bust your ass if you want to be a professional wrestler, and Shea will do it right and teach you all the right things. Guys, if you want to know more and you're not going to be at the show on Saturday, hit me up. I can get your number to Crazy Shea to find out if you want to go through this crazy thing and the crazy thing we call wrestling, professional wrestling. Or just show up at Clearfield. It will be at the Clearfield Fairgrounds this weekend, Expo number 1. I'm sure he'll come out and talk to you without a doubt. If you can't stay for the whole show, he'll still make a point to give 2 seconds or his phone number or whatever. Yeah. Guys, again, I always love the spotlights or the round tables or whatever we're going to call this one. But I love sitting down, talking with the guys, getting to know a little bit more about them, helping them promote where they're going, helping them promote an organization that continues to grow and grow and grow. we've been with Asylum Pro Wrestling since day one. And to see the leaps and bounds that Shea and the guys have done are amazing. I'm excited to see the surprise that he has that's going to be bigger than might be shocking. And I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't know if it's something with electronics or something with, you know, the sound and everything. I'm going to be excited because everybody knows that's where I nerd out when all the pomp and circumstances, as Cody Rhodes would always say. I love that part of wrestling. I really do. So I guess we're going to have to find out. And don't forget, guys, we'll have our recap of this show on Sunday during the normal weekly podcast that we throw out on Sundays. A lot going on this weekend, though. You have NWA Into the Fire this Saturday. You have Sunday, the TLC pay-per-view for WWE. A lot of other indie shows in and around the area. But, of course, we'll cover everything we can on our Sunday show. And who the hell knows, there might be a surprise popping up live in studio on Sunday as we record. So, just remember, you can find us, you guys thought it was going to be that. You can find us on Facebook at CanCrusher69, Instagram CanCrusher69, and Twitter is getting busy again at CanCrusher69. Send us some emails at CanCrusher69@gmail.com. Check out our website at it's cancrusher69.wixsite.com/cancrushers. Yeah, guys, lots of places you can find us. You can find us anywhere that you find podcasts. So if you're listening on Facebook and, you know, you're not going to be able to get around to Facebook and you have your phone around and you need that for other things, pop it up on, you know, iHeartRadio. Pop us up on Stitcher, on iTunes, on Google Play, on Spotify. You know where you can find us. We're out there. Find Can Crushers 2 shows a week. One's normally a spotlight, one's a recap of wrestling for the week, and that's what we do. A lot of great things coming up, a lot of great interviews in the hopper. So, if you want to get involved, that's where you reach out to us and say, hey, Can Crushers, we'd love to be on the show. We'll set up a schedule, and boom, bang, boom, you'll be able to talk with me about wrestling, your career, whatever the hell you want to, because that's the way we roll. Now, remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things. It's called a garbage can, not a garbage cannot. See you Saturday. Asylum and Code Red Wrestling.